Hey, hey, good morning and welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Roll on in here. Welcome back to our mastery series. We are on episode 10. We've been at this for 10 weeks already. Really, really hard to believe. I'm streaming today in our amazing Virtual Assistant Collective Facebook group and also on Instagram today. So roll on in here. Come on, join me today because we're going to be talking about a really great topic today that's going to be really helpful. Something that's really you can take with you in your day to day. And really help you you master some tough conversations. All right, so good morning, Gordy. Thank you for being here. Good morning, everyone. All right, so as you're rolling in, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I, as usual, am tuning in from Central New York. I'm here in my home office on a beautiful, gorgeous day. Just loving the weather. And yeah, just let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you're watching the live here, let me know. Give me a give me a hashtag live in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. That'll kind of let me gauge, what if the times of my these shows are good for everybody, right? Because I love to have you guys catch the lives. Because I just kind of feed off your energy and your engagement, and it just keeps me moving, and I just love it, right? So okay. All right. And so for those of you that are new to my page, actually, give me a hashtag new. I'd love to reach out, get to know you. Good morning, Raga. You're live. Hashtag live. Yes. Thank you so much. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jodi Marvin. I am an operations and management consultant, and I also train naturally organized women to build virtual assistant businesses that they love from home. Actually, I help them build virtual assistant empires from home. All right. Because that is the goal. We want to build those empires. And it is possible. All right. So, okay. So today's topic is really good. All right. And it's something that every single virtual assistant is going to encounter at some point. All right. There's no getting around it. But the topic today is handling difficult clients. All right. It's going to happen. Even if you have the best clients, there are going to be some days when you're going to have to handle some difficulties, maybe a difficult situation, right? You might have a great client, but some of those difficult situations are going to arise. And that's just the way it is in business. All right. So I just wanted to go through some practical strategies to help us manage these situations. We want to manage them with grace and professionalism, right? Because we are professionals. We run our businesses as professionals, and that needs to shine through, even when we're handling those difficult situations and the difficult customers and clients. All right. Thank you, Raga, for tagging everyone. Awesome. Thank you so much. And so by the end of today's episode, the goal here is to equip all of you out there with the tools that you need to turn even the toughest client interactions into something positive. All right. Maybe a learning lesson, and just kind of spinning it around, to work for the positive, right? To turn it into a positive outcome. So let's dive into how to keep things professional, how to make sure that they're effective. Okay. And I actually have 3 strategies for you today. And if you haven't seen a theme here, so during our VA Mastery series, I'm always giving 3 strategies, and I'm giving you 1 actionable step to take away for each strategy. All right. So 3 strategies and 3 actionable steps. So, I really want these the mastery series to, be something that you can use. You can put that in your tool belt and take that and use that in your day-to-day virtual assistant businesses. All right. Okay. And yes, streaming live over on Instagram. So welcome. All right. Great to see all of you here. All right. So strategy number 1 is to stay professional. All right. Again, we are professionals. We're virtual assistants. We're running businesses. They're serious businesses, right? These aren't hobbies. So I just want you to remember that it's crucial to just keep your cool, right? No matter how heated things might get, right? And, staying professional just really means to, keeping your communications clear and keeping them really respectful. Okay. We're delivering some high quality services here, right? And it's top notch. So just stay respectful, even if the client might not be, right? Even when the client isn't being respectful. Not an easy thing to do, easier to say than do, right? But it's something that we have to implement into our tool belt, into our strategies for dealing with difficult clients, even when they may be disrespectful. For example, let's just imagine a client who frequently changes project scopes, but maybe they don't expect to pay anymore. Yeah. Have any of you come across that? If you can relate to that, tell me below. And it would be really, really easy to get frustrated by something like that, right? But the professional response is really to just calmly discuss how the changes impact the budget, right? So just think about that. And honestly, when you're responding, all you need to do is just take a step back, take a breath, right? And, give yourself a moment to, think about how you're going to respond to that. And we have Huey Tamara from Instagram that just joined us. Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining us. We are on our live virtual assistant mastery series here over streaming live. And all right, freelancer Mosta Kim. I'm sorry if I did not say that properly, but oh my gosh, it's great to have you here. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. All right. And we're just talking about 3 different strategies today on how to deal with some difficult clients, right? We're all going to have that happen. And good morning from the Philippines. Anne is joining us and she's #live. Woohoo. All right. Come on in, you guys. All right. I'm so glad that, we're getting some people flowing in here. That's amazing. Sometimes it just takes a few minutes, right? Depending. I mean, we all got stuff going on. All right. So strategy number 2, all right, is just clear communication. And this sounds really simple, but sometimes it's not, right? I mean, sometimes we have to have a plan for that too, right? If we don't plan for it, then it's going to be when the communication is really muddy and it makes it awkward too, right? So just remember that many client issues can really just stem from misunderstandings, which can just be cleared up with some effective communication. All right. So we want to incorporate some effective communication into our strategies. All right. So just really being clear and ensuring that, you fully understand each other as a client and VA relationship. Right. So, if you're ensuring that you do fully understand each other, it can really prevent a lot of conflicts. For instance, let's say a client sends over a brief that's really, really vague, right? They're briefing on you something that they need you to do, and the results aren't what they wanted, right? It's often because the initial communication wasn't clear. So that's where we want to tackle this up front, right? And make sure that those initial communications are super specific. All right. So the actionable step for strategy number 2, and strategy number 2 is clear communication, this is what I want you to think about doing, is in your next client meeting, focus on practicing active listening. All right. And what does that mean? I mean, it's basically, it's what it sounds like, right? It just means really hearing what your client is saying. Okay. And then just repeat it back to them for confirmation. So for example, to make sure I've got everything right, you need X, Y, and Z by next Friday, correct? All right, just something as simple as that, because this just confirms your understanding. It confirms their expectations, and it really does reduce the chances, the chance of issues down the line. Okay, so that clear communication, just keep it simple, but just remember, try to have it clear up front. And that's why also communication methods are really important, and that's what I teach in my accelerator program. But if you have multiple forms of communication, like, you do check-in calls, right? You have maybe a project management system. You have a DM system like Slack, where you have, if you have immediate needs, if there's something urgent, you can Slack each other, right? But just having those different lines of communication open is really, really going to be helpful. Okay. And that's going to really help you with clear communication. Okay. So strategy number 3, and this is a great one. And I'm going to leave the best for last, right? And it's all about setting boundaries. Yeah. We as virtual assistants need to have boundaries. Okay. And boundaries are just vital for any professional relationship, not just VAs, right? And So they define, they define the scope of your work. Okay. They're going to tell your client what your availability is, right? Do you want to be getting texts and calls 24/7? Heck no, we don't. No, we don't. Right. It's also clear on how we handle our payments, right? So let's say that a client expects you to be available at all hours or asks for tasks that are not covered under your initial agreed services, right? These are clear boundary violations. Okay. And that's, again, that kind of goes back to communication, having your contracts in place, what your scope of work is. Yes, you are a goal setter. Awesome, Tamara. That exactly. And having those goals, Tamara, is really helpful too, because, within that scope of creating your goals, you can have your communication plan, right? You can set your boundaries, and you can have a plan for having those tough conversations, because they're going to happen. Believe me. It's just, it's inevitable. Right. So, so checking your boundaries around your work scope, right? Your work hours, your scope of work and your payments should be really, really clearly outlined. All right. And again, in your contracts and in your initial communications. Okay. And if they aren't, if you're not doing that yet, just maybe take some time to update your contracts, or just have a simple discussion with your clients about your terms. Okay. And it's also a really good idea to communicate your boundaries in a welcome packet when you onboard your new clients. So and onboarding is just another piece of the puzzle. It's a process that you can use to really kind of automate your systems and to set up your communication from the beginning. So onboarding is so important. And I think we already had an onboarding live session. I can't remember now, Anne and Raga. But if we did, then we can link that in the bottom below so that you can go take a look at that. But I also teach onboarding in my my VA not my master class, but my accelerator program, because onboarding is so important, and it really, really helps you to automate your process so that you have to do the same thing over and over and over. And it establishes a great relationship right from the beginning. Okay. And it shows your professionalism too. So there you have it. Those are your 3 strategies today for dealing with difficult clients. And so, I gave you 3 strategies with 1 actionable step each. Okay. So to wrap up today's episode, let's just review what we covered very quickly. Okay. So number 1 is to develop a strategy for maintaining professionalism in challenging interactions. Okay. So, just be ready. Develop and keep it simple. Have a simple strategy. How are you going to handle the challenging interactions? All right. And maybe just reflect on some past situations that have occurred, and then plan your approach for the future. How would I handle that differently later? Okay. And writing this down and having this in your SOPs, which is your standard operating procedures, is going to be super helpful. And you can pass that along to your team. If you're bringing VAs on, like say that you're doing a VA agency, or you're growing, or you're scaling, you're going to want to, pass along these strategies to your team, and they can implement the same thing. So you'll have a cohesive culture, right? And, a cohesive brand and a cohesive personality for your business. So, let's see. So what else did we review? Number 2 is we talked about practice active listening and clear communication in every client interaction. All right. And just, confirming your understanding. Okay. So just repeat things back, because confirming that understanding can really prevent a lot of potential conflicts. Okay. And that's what we want to do. We want as little conflict as possible. We know it's going to happen, but we can prepare for it. All right. Excuse me. Number 3 is to review and reinforce your boundaries in your client agreements to just ensure that there's no conflicts or anything like that about your terms. Okay. So we want that known up front. Okay. And we want to talk about that as we go too, right? In some of our conversations with our clients. So, and that's about it. So just remember that handling difficult clients effectively, it is crucial for maintaining your sanity and just really ensuring the longevity of your client relationships. And that's kind of what we're aiming for, is that, long client relationships. So do you have any ideas for me? What strategies have worked for you in the past when you're dealing with difficult clients? I would love to know. So tell me in the comments. All right. Or if you're facing a tough client situation now, I would love to know what approach are you considering? What are you going to use? All right. And if you don't know yet, think about that. Write it down. Put it in your, put it in your SOPs and keep that in your back pocket so that when these difficult times come up, you're going to be ready and armed. Okay. Hello, Fatty78450. Hello, how are you today? Thank you for joining in. It's great to have you have you tune in over from Instagram. Okay. So yeah, you guys, that's it for today. We had some great strategies here. And just remember that you are going to encounter difficult situations at times with your client, difficult clients at times. But if you are armed and ready to go and you put these simple strategies in place, it's going to make your life so much easier, and it's going to make your client relationships so much easier. So, drop your thoughts, drop your stories in the comments here. I would love to hear how you're going to apply these strategies in real life. Okay. Because I want you to use these and I want you to come back and tell me how they're working. Okay. So, all right. So don't miss our next episode where we're going to be talking all about creating your virtual assistant portfolio. I'm so excited about that. So thanks for joining me today, you guys. And remember that every single challenge that you encounter is an opportunity to improve your professional skills. All right. So we're going to look at all of these challenges as opportunities to learn and improve our skills. And Raga, here's your tip. It doesn't hurt to ask questions if you're not sure. Oh my gosh, Raga, that is so important. If you don't know, it's actually vital to ask those questions, right? And repeat them back. And you know what? I think your client will respect you more for asking, you know what? Let me clarify that. I don't know if I'm quite understanding you. You repeat it back, and then you get that clarity, and make sure you're taking notes too, you guys, because if you have more than one client, sometimes you forget what you talked about, right? Take those notes so that you can refer back to them. But I love that, Raga. Always ask questions, right? No question is too small or stupid or anything like that. So all right. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I do have just a couple quick announcements. And so next week, I'm so excited. I am going to Destin, Florida for a mastermind with my awesome coach. And I'll be there for 2 days, 2 full days, masterminding with other powerful and empowering women entrepreneurs. So I'm going to be bringing back lots of valuable information and knowledge, and I'm going to be sharing it with you all here. Okay. And I cannot wait. So yeah, I will be leaving next Thursday, and it's just for a few days, and I come back on Sunday. So just so excited about that. Destin, Florida, here I come. I'm very excited. All right. And the second announcement is that I have my VA Launchpad Masterclass coming up. I have another new free masterclass coming up. It's all about how to get your virtual assistant business off the ground for free. Okay. This is going to be held on May 21st through May 23rd. It's a Tuesday through a Thursday. All right. It's going to be at noon Eastern time. I have chosen noon Eastern time this time because I think a lot of people hopefully are having their lunch hour, right? And you can attend. It's going to be no more than an hour for each class. You're going to walk away with homework. There are going to be implementation and action items. And you know what? In 3 days, if you focus and you come and you join in with us, you can actually get your business off the ground. Okay. And that is the goal. It's the VA Launchpad Masterclass. I'm so excited. I'm going to ask Raga or Ann. We can just post that in the comments later on. And it's also in the header of our group. So if you click on the header to the right, it says register here. It is virtualassistantacademy.co/ I think it's VA Accelerator sign up or something like that. But yeah, we will post that for you. Bookkeeping. Oh yes, Tamara. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Tamara. I used to do bookkeeping virtually from home. That used to be part of my services. So it is so doable. I'd love to chat with you a little bit to see what skills you have already. Do you know how to do bookkeeping? Have you used it before? I would love to know because it is so possible. And especially Tamara, when you have a specialized service like that, you can charge more, right? Because you're offering so much value and you're niching down and you're providing one service. So that's excellent. And you can definitely learn more about bookkeeping virtually from home. Absolutely. That is such a doable service, and a lot of people need it, right? A lot of people need it. I did tomorrow. This is so funny because I did a reel recently, and I don't know if you want to go back and look at my reels on Instagram, but it was about, it was a funny reel, and it was about, I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I love doing all of my own this and that, but part of it was bookkeeping. I love entering all of my receipts and doing all of my bookkeeping. Not right. A lot of entrepreneurs, that's one of the pieces, like, you know, if a business owner isn't good at it, you know, or they don't have the time to do it. It's kind of a burden for them. So these services are needed. So tomorrow, that's so exciting. Yes, I definitely, please explore that. And yes, you can learn. Absolutely. That is definitely a skill that you can learn and offer services. So keep me posted on that. And I'm going to have to come over here and follow you on Instagram. Okay. All right. You worked in a payday loan industry for 6 years and did bank reconciliation with QuickBooks. Awesome. And you want to further your accounting degree in accounting. Perfect. That's excellent. Awesome. How exciting is that? Yeah, I am all for, you know, continuing education and furthering that. And bank reconciliation with QuickBooks is part of it, right? You know, of course, there's other things like, you know, there's transaction entry, but reconciliation needs to be done on a monthly basis. It's very, very important for doing books. So excellent, Tamara. So exciting. All right. Fantastic. All right, you guys. So I gave you all of my announcements. Please comment below if comment Launchpad if you are interested in joining the VA Launchpad Masterclass, which is May 21st through 23rd. You know, just register now. You'll get some emails. You'll get some information. You'll get a workbook. And you have just a couple of weeks just to kind of mentally prepare to jump into the masterclass. Again, you know, it's something, if you implement those strategies, you can launch your business and you can do it quickly. All right. But you have to put the work in. So, you know, just show up, join us, and we'll walk you through how to get your virtual assistant business off the ground. All right. So exciting. All right, you guys, that is it for today. And I will see you next time. All right. Thanks, guys. All right. Bye-bye.